Little baby Jack Jack. We have Michael's mug, the Iron Throne, of course. This is new from my parents. It's a beautiful Harrods carriage, very English, you know. And then we got this in Disney World. Look, in the spinning teacups. I love it. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ragan. Today is December 14th. It's a Wednesday and I am on crunch mode. I technically have met my Goodreads goal of 42 books, but there's so much more that I wanted to get done this year. So much more I wanted to read. And the last month and a half, quite honestly, has been just busy in a good way. Work has been going really well, so I haven't been able to dedicate as much time to reading, just so I can, like, you know, do my job and make the money, bring it home. But anyway, I just thought today I'm gonna start a 72-hour reading vlog and just see what I can accomplish, because today I only need to do a couple hours of work from home, and then tomorrow I'm getting my hair done after 6 months, so like this will finally be fixed and look nice. It's just, it's like straw right now. It's so gross. Anyway, so I have my coffee. It's so cold in the house, but like the smell of coffee, like on a cold winter day, just kind of, I don't know, it just makes me like tired and comfortable, and you know, but we're like the rest of the UK and can't afford to put our heating on because it's so bloody expensive. So it's just an ice box in here, and I'm only wearing this top to, you know, like look cute for right now because I have a sweater right here. I'm putting it on in a minute. We're gonna read some books. I have a pile. Basically, today is just the opportunity, well, the next 3 days, it's the opportunity for me to try to knock off a few of the new releases I've hauled this year. I've hauled so many books and so many new releases from the Fairy Loot book boxes, like kind of specifically, but I have a pile of options. Let's go through them. I'm not 100% sure what I'm in the mood for. We'll see. So I have a pile of books right here, and currently I am just about to be on chapter 40 of part 2, of Empire of Storms. But I don't want to read that for this vlog because I feel like that's just kind of like a separate situation. So these are all new releases. Most of them are YA. So we have Twin Crowns by Catherine Doyle and Catherine Weber. I've been wanting to read this for a while. We have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I didn't post a November wrap up because I only read 4 books, and again, like, work was just too busy. But I did start this in November and was going to include that in this wrap up, but I only got to page 174, so I do need to finish this. I'm enjoying it. It's not the most, there's nothing particularly like wrong with it, and I do like it, but it's just not like pulling at me, you know. So, but I want to finish it. I can knock her off, add her to the list. Castles in Their Bones by Laura Sebastian. I've talked about that recently. And then next up is a big one. I think I might start with this today. It's The Dragon's Promise by Elizabeth Lim. I have the Fairy Loot edition now with the solid purple sprayed edges, and then I have the Waterstones exclusive as well. So I need to do a refresh of what happened in book 1 before I read that. Similarly, I have similarly, oh my god. I also have The Stardust Thief with the orange sprayed edges and The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah in the Fairy Loot edition. I want to read this one. I know this is very popular, so I'm curious as to why that is. And then just like in November with One Dark Window, I did start A Dowry of Blood, which came in the Fairy Loot adult book box, and I enjoyed the first bit. I got 63 pages in. I like read it straight when I unboxed it. I was just sitting on the couch and I was like, oh, okay, I'll read this now. And it's good. It's heavy and it's about a toxic, abusive relationship, and I just like don't really want to cry right now. So those are our options. Let's get another cup of coffee, put my sweater on, and bundle up and pick a book out. Okay, I've decided, also please don't mind, I've flipped the camera around just to be easy. I've decided to pick up Twin Crowns. I was staring at these files for the last 10 minutes and I was like, I don't know what I want to read. I don't know what I'm in the mood for, but I just went on Goodreads and I typed in Twin Crowns, and people say that it's escapist, funny, joyful. It breaks reading slumps. It reminds people why they read, why fantasy. It has dark elements, but like it's a fun rom-com with like a princess bride vibe, and I think that's what I need right now. So I'm going to read this. I have the Rose exclusive edition. I also have the Ren exclusive edition. I had 2 copies of both, but I sold 1 set so someone out there can enjoy it, and I do have the sequel pre-ordered. I need to stop doing that. I need to stop pre-ordering things that I haven't read, because we all saw what happened with Atlas 6 and Atlas Paradox. Major regret. So anyway, I hope I don't feel the same way about this. There's always time to cancel, but I will update you. Let me pour my coffee again. I didn't actually get a coffee, so I need to go get it, and we're gonna read this. So I'm on chapter 4, page 20 of Twin Crowns, and the back of this book's blurb is quite short. It just says that Princess Rose is the heir to the throne, and she was raised to fear witches and protect her kingdom from them, and she has a secret sister that she doesn't know about, Ren, who was stolen from birth by witches to take over the throne and steal her sister's place. And that's all it says. So I thought, okay, so this whole plot is going to be like kind of that journey. Well, from page 1, we are there. Ren is at the castle. She's ready to take over her sister's place. She knows about Rose, but Rose doesn't know about Ren. And that switch just happened. So I'm really excited about it, because now I don't know where we're going because we've just done the whole synopsis on the back of the book, and I really like the writing style. I can see why people say that this is a Princess Bride kind of vibe of a book, because it's fun in its writing. It's like kind of funny. The dialogue is funny. It's like sarcastic. It definitely has the fairy tale element to it, like sleeping princess with rosy cheeks and like this beautiful ivory bed, and it has all those kind of little details that you would expect from a fairy tale. And the world is vast, and there's like history involved in this. I don't know, it's just good. I'm excited about it. So we're gonna keep going through. I'm glad I picked this up first. It's so dark in here, but it's literally only 4 o'clock. Like, look outside. It's so dark. If you hear something, it's the dishwasher. I just had to do some work for a couple of hours and clean the house, but I wanted to update you. I am on page 125, chapter 13. I am loving this book. I think the authors have done a really good job of distinguishing the point of views. Ren's tone of voice and Rose's tone of voice are completely different. I really love like the romances that are being set up in this world. I'm wondering if maybe each author wrote one point of view. I don't know, but like the writing style is amazing. It doesn't feel like it's written by 2 authors, if you know what I mean. Like it's very cohesive, and I love the fairy tale whimsical writing style. It's very fast paced. You're going on a journey with Rose. She's with Shen, who is this bandit who has kidnapped her and switched her out with Ren. And it's just funny and sarcastic, and she's just like discovering some very hard truths about the world that she lives in, because she's so naive and innocent and like almost to the point where you're sickly. You're just like rolling your eyes like, oh my god, girl, like get a grip. But she's supposed to be that way, and I really love it because he's the best person for her to be with when she's discovering all of these things that she didn't know about the country she's ruling over. And with Ren, I love like her personality is just so different from Rose. She's much more like adventurous and in spirit, and she's brave, and
she's, you know, playing this twin sister that she's never met. It's just exciting. I really like it. So I'm hoping to make a really big dent in this book tonight. I need to make some dinner. We're gonna do roasted chicken and vegetables and sweet potato, so I need to make that at some point. But I just want to read. I need to get in bed because it's too cold. It's so cold. My hands are freezing, so we're gonna read in bed. Ren is an enchanter, so she takes like a little pinch of sand from a pouch that she keeps, and the sand is from Oria, which is like where the witches live on the western coast of this world. The map is fantastic. I love the map. Anyway, so she takes like a little pinch of sand and she'll blow it or sprinkle it on something, and she casts a magic spell, which is usually like a little rhyme. It's really cute. It's super whimsical. I really adore that aspect of it. But that's like as far as we know about the magic, other than the fact that it's been banned for 1,000 years since the witches were overtaken and the kingdom has like crushed the witches. They're murdering anyone who's suspected of a witch. So yeah, to be a witch is to be a dangerous being in this world. But Rose is like quickly discovering that maybe everything is not what it seems. But I also feel like the witches are not so, it's like not so straightforward. I don't think that they're like the good ones. I think that there's something evil about them as well. At least the grandmother that raised Ren in Oria, I think that there's something about her that, I don't know, it's just not sitting quite right with me. I think that she might not be so like good and holy, you know? I don't know. I don't know. This book is just good. It's just good, and I have a lot left to uncover with it, but I need to shower to get warm and then get in bed and put a tan on and make dinner and then read. Good morning. It is Thursday. I am late for my hair appointment. I need to go. I do want to update you though. I am halfway through this book and it is so good. I'm hoping that I can read a little bit in my appointment, like when I'm just chilling in the chair, because you know, going into the salon takes like 4 hours. But if I can't, then I'm gonna just come home and read all day because I am just adoring everything that's happening in this book. The love interests, which are like, it's like not the main plot of the book, but it's a good subplot. And I feel like everything in this book so far is amounting to a YA book done right. Like it is the perfect YA book. I need to elaborate on that more, but I gotta go. I'll talk to you in a minute. I have pink hair now. I went for like a strawberry peach color and it was like completely unexpected. I don't have very much to update you on because today's basically been a write-off. This took like 6 hours, and then I went to the mall and got some sushi and picked up a book because it was £3. And I've seen this book around, but I didn't really know what it was about, and I finally decided to just like see what people were saying on Goodreads. And actually, the negative reviews are what sold me. People were giving it like 2 and 3 stars, saying that if you've read From Blood and Ash or A Court of Thorns and Roses, then you read this book. And I was like, great, I want to reread those stories. So I bought What Lies Beyond the Veil by Harper L. Woods. I looked it up also, and it said that this is like for 18 plus. So I'm thinking new adult, probably new adult, possibly adult. I think that there is a sequel to this book already. I don't know, I think I've seen this on Kindle Unlimited, I'm not sure, but it's about basically fae, and they have like the different courts that, you know, we're accustomed to seeing, and there's something called the Veil, which is like the equivalent to the wall that divides the humans and the fae, that we see a lot of fae stories. And this girl named Estrella, basically, I don't know, it's a classic fae story. I'm not really giving you much here. Okay, so this girl named Estrella, she is going to be forced to marry someone called the Lord of Mistfell, but the veil falls and she ends up being like marked by the fae, and I think that she ends up like going on the run essentially because the fae are dangerous. And then she meets someone named Callum who is also marked by the fae, and he's brooding and I don't know, he's a distraction, and they'll probably end up together. So, you know, perfect. A fae story that I love, classic. Adding this to the TBR pile. I need to continue on with my first book. This is a 72-hour reading vlog, and I'm quickly running out of time. So I wanted to get like 3 books done. So we're gonna rush and finish Twin Crowns tonight. I know I said I was going to read this book, and I have made progress with it. I do enjoy it, but also for the last hour, I reorganized my bookshelves. They're not really organized behind what you see, but in front, I've decided to just do kind of like themes because I was getting really annoyed. So up there I have Valley of Fortune, which is my newest book in the collection. Haven't read it yet, or These Violent Delights, but you know. I have Spin the Dawn next to that. I have 2 rows of Stephanie Garber books. Kingdom of the Wicked, From Blood and Ash. Down here are like just books and series that the primary setting is a desert. I don't really know how else to describe that, but I love those books. And then Victoria Schwab, princessy vibes, 3 rows of Sarah J. Maas, kind of some randoms, but like featuring Glow because, you know, I love that series. And then like, I don't know, paperbacks that just like kind of makes sense. Does that make sense? Anyway, time to actually make progress with this book. I'm really enjoying it. Definitely YA, but so much fun, very fast paced, and a lot of the characters are like, I don't know, they're just giving me untrustworthy vibes. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I feel like one of these girls is evil, but like she doesn't know it. Does that make sense? Oh my god, it is so cold. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. I have finished Twin Crowns. I think this is like a 3.75. Like, I'll round it up to 4 stars on Goodreads. It's not an all-time favorite, but I think it accomplished what it set out to do. It's really cute, especially for what it is. It's a young in tone of voice, especially the last 100 pages kind of dragged for me, but the fairy tale aspect of it is like what won my heart over. Like, I love a good princess book, I always have. So I enjoyed this. None of the characters like overly stood out to me. I didn't feel like super connected, but I did really like Shen, who is one of the love interests in the book. And I do actually have an opportunity to read a bonus chapter from him because I applied to be like a team member to promote the sequel, and I didn't get it, but they said they would give me a bonus chapter to read and I could choose a character. So I think I'm going to choose Shen, and I definitely will read the sequel. I think it's interesting. The history behind the witches is what's like driving the story forward, and so in book 2 we're going to see that expand. But yeah, it's cute. It was fun to read about sisters who were written by 2 sisters-in-law, so that's fun. But it's 5 o'clock, and I'm thinking as a little palate cleanser, because I'm not sure which book from my TBR I want to pick up next, that I will read some bonus chapters because I just got in the mail the Walmart exclusive edition of Kingdom of the Feared and the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of The Ballad of Never After, and this has a bonus chapter from Jax in it, and this has a bonus chapter from Wrath in it, and I just read these books in November, 2 of my all-time new favorites. Like, I absolutely adore these, so I think I'm going to read the bonus chapters. I do also have bonus chapter from Kingdom of the Curse, which is the Barnes & Noble exclusive, which I actually haven't read. So maybe I'll read this one as well, and then decide which book I want to spend the rest of the night reading, because I want to read one more. And I feel like if I choose something smaller, like maybe What Lies Beyond the Veil, which I just hauled, because that's only like 400 pages and the text is kind of big, so I feel like I'm reading quicker, you know? Or possibly The Stardust Thief. But we'll have to see. But I'm gonna just read these fast just because like I want to be back in these worlds.
Okay, technically it's been longer than 72 hours, but you guys, this book is so good. I got to page 221 last night and I fell asleep at like 1:30 in the morning. I have to finish it. I have to finish right now, and then I promise I will, I don't know, maybe wrap this video up and do another reading challenge because I have so many books I want to get done. I've finished 44 books, but I want to hit 50 before the end of the year. And I've started, I don't know, like 26 books, I think my Goodreads says. I've started 26, but I haven't finished them. So I might do a video where I just like try to finish the books that I've started and just put down for whatever reason. That would certainly bump up my Goodreads goal for the year. But anyway, I need to finish this. I didn't realize how dark and sad the beginning is, and I see why people say that this book is for fans of ACOTAR and From Blood and Ash, because it has that kind of like desperate girl, you know, living in a world where it's dangerous to be a woman, and she's poor and she relies on people that are toxic and abusive. And then obviously there's this like fae element to it with different courts, and I can see the similarities, but it's not actually cookie cutter. It's not copy and paste. It has its own thing going on. It's apparently a trilogy. The third one comes out I think in March or May. And I already just like asked Christian, I said, I really love this book. I need the sequel. And he goes, oh, just buy it. Just use my card and get it. Amazing. I love when you're in that mood. So I'm going to order the sequel literally after I finish this book and update you. Right now I'm thinking it's going to be a 5-star, maybe 4.5, 5-star. I don't know. We have to get through the second half, but we're going to finish it now. Christian took the TV into the bedroom so he could stay in bed and play PlayStation, and now all I see is just room for more books. Like, just stacks of them, you know? Maybe the TV needs to stay in the bedroom. Okay, this video has gone on longer than 72 hours, but you know what? I had to finish What Lies Beyond the Veil. Oh my god, people are sleeping on this book. I understand why some people on Goodreads say it's like A Court of Thorns and Roses, From Blood and Ash. It definitely follows that kind of formula, but it has its own thing going on, and I really enjoyed it. The foreshadowing is like kind of like hitting you in the face, and as the reader, I think we're not supposed to like be dumb to it. Like, we see it coming, and it's just like following Estrella as she pieces it all together. Like, that's the fun of it. And I really liked the characters. I loved the pacing of this book. You definitely like traverse a lot. So if you like journeys in your stories where you're like going and exploring different parts of the map, this is a good one. Yeah, it's good. Like I said, it follows a formula, but like if you like those kinds of fae stories, enemies to lovers, is he who he says he is kind of tropes, check this one out. I have a sequel coming in the mail from Amazon literally today. I cannot wait to read it. I'm going to read it like tonight. I'm gonna start it tonight. Oh my gosh, it came. Here she is. Oh, she's so pretty. She's a little bit shorter, I think, than the first book. But wow, I just love the covers and I love the colors. So need to jump on this. What else do I want to say about this? Oh, okay, so the author is Adelaide Forrest, and it says on the back that she is a dark romance author, and Harper L. Woods is her like fantasy romance author pen name, and I think this is her debut in fantasy romance. Dare I say this writing is better than Jennifer L. Armentrout's in From Blood and Ash. I just think it was so well done. I loved it. There's not much else to say. I guess one like a last point, because I'm rambling right now. A last point I want to say is that I enjoyed the depiction of like falling for someone, like insta love, and then backtracking and being like, oh, why did I fall so quickly for this person? Like, is everything what it's supposed to be? Am I not seeing things clearly? Am I just like desperate for affection and attention and love? I like that because I think that's a real
scenario for a lot of people. You fall for someone and then you need to like step back and think, whoa, is this as good as I think it is? But does that make sense? Anyway, this book was so good. This is the end of this reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I did manage to read 2 books. Didn't really like make it through my whole TBR, but that's okay. Another 2 to add to the list. Really enjoyed these. I would recommend both of them. I am actually about to start filming a weekly reading vlog right now. So the next book vlog that you're going to see is me trying to finish books that I have started, and I will give you a little teaser. For instance, I have this book that I am 186 pages into and didn't finish it this year, so I'm trying to finish it before the clock runs out on 2022, so I can start 2023 like with a fresh slate and not have any of these books like lingering in the back of my mind. So that video is coming out very shortly. Anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your day. If you made it to the end of this video, drop a fairy emoji for the fae in the comments down below. We love a fae king, we love a fae queen, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!